the Ace of Discs. Now, Crowley goes on to a huge preamble with this card, which I want to kind of see if I can summarize for you. It's not an easy thing to do. So remember that with the aces there are no attributions because all the aces represent space. None of them have any qualities as such because space has no qualities. It's space, it's undefined. Okay? So he kind of goes on this kind of dance of quoting or parodying previous experts on the tarot. You have Worth, Eliot, Eliphas Levi, and it's about these people describing themselves as prophets or experts. Is that me too? So there's all these kind of ways of expressing themselves. And he's kind of sort of saying for all of them, they didn't really get it, okay? And he says so he's gone through this kind of previous tarot experts, if you like. And then he says, these historical data are necessary to explain why all previous packs are of little more than archaeological interest, for the new aim demanded a new system of symbolism. Okay, he's departing from the consensus of what the symbolism of the discs are. A lot to do with the Book of the Law and the destruction of the world, the aim of Osiris in 1904. And he brings in with the aces. Do you remember I was talking, if you did the Fool card, about the elder, the father, and this tetragrammaton, and the alien daughter coming in to marry the son? Brings in this doctrine back in again. Because remember the aces, where the aces, the swirling forces around the pole star. And he says, this thesis dovetails perfectly with the new doctrine of tetragrammaton, where the earthly component, He final, the daughter, is set upon the throne of the mother, Bina, to awaken the elder, the All-Father, Hokmah. This is the king's daughter in the palace. And it says, the name in capitals, itself, tetragrammaton, accordingly is no longer a fixed symbol, emblem of extension and limit, but a continuously revolving sphere. Change is stability. You know, this is the conception of the universe, of the atomic particles and everything else. Everything is moving, everything is spinning. If we stop spinning, it disappears. In the words of Zoroaster, rebounding, whirling forth, crying aloud. Then he says the interesting thing, he says the custom of publishers or designers of packs to set their personal seal upon the Ace of Discs. So he's going to do the same thing. So it says the central symbol of the Ace of Discs is consequently the personal hieroglyph of the chosen priest and the possible of infinite space. The prince priest, the beast. Crowley called himself the beast, didn't he? And this is from Liber chapter 1 verse 15. Infinite space. And we have the symbol on there, if you can see at the center there, is Babylon, and introducing this concept which appeared in the High Priestess and the Empress of this sigil of the Babylon, which is connected to the order of the AA, Argentinian Astrum, or however you're supposed to say it or not say it. Who cares? And he says at the centre of all is yet another tetragrammaton, the phallus showing Sol and Luna with the number 666 duly inscribed, as if to equilibrate, to fit into the vesica, with the 7 sevens adding to 1 5 6. So he does a bit of gematria thing here of how to kind of construct all these things as well. So this is the wheel, and at the beginning of the Book of Thoth, from the Book of Lies, chapter 78, so we have wheel and woe. There we are. Wheel and woe, which I've already mentioned before. So about this whirling disc are its 6 wings. The entire symbol is not only a glyph of Earth, as understood in this new aeon of Horus, but of the number 6, the number of the sun. Air, the sword of air. That started at the sun, didn't it? We were kind of at the sun, but now actually we're at the daughter. Okay, so this is why it's the alien concept of something outside the system being brought in, because this is the new aim that he's describing. This card is thus an affirmation of the identity of soul and terror, and that will best be understood by those who have punctually practiced Liber Esh for the necessary number of airs. Liber Esh is the salutation to the sun, I think, preferably in such hermitages as those of the Sahara Desert, where the sun and the earth can soon be instinctively recognized as living beings, one's constant companion in a universe of joy, pure joy. Now remember, he sees all the tarot cards as living beings, and I've discussed this previously. So here is where he's seeing this new energy, the tarot as living beings, which I describe in my writings. It's coming from this new way of looking at the Tarot of the New Aeon, which of course is not in the rider-waite deck. Okay, all those clones of the rider-waite deck, they're old school. They're finished. I mean, people regenerate and create one left, but they just don't get it. And I've seen many times that people who follow the rider-waite deck are absolutely clueless when it comes to the Book of Thoth. So now, as befits, going from one age to another, we have change, which is the Two of Discs.